All right. What's going on with everybody? February the 13th, 2024. And before I start this stream off, um, I know nobody ain't been talking about it. The world ain't gonna be talking about it. Hold on just a second. So anyway, I want to start this stream off with a moment of silence. I know it ain't been talked about on TV, on the news, or anything like that, because it's not. But I find it very fishy that a Nigerian baker and his family was killed on the way to the Super Bowl, allegedly. And nobody haven't said anything. Nobody haven't done. This man has been an independent banker. If you don't know what I'm talking about, of course, I just find it very fishy that I was sitting there thinking to myself, on, like right before the Super Bowl, I was like, normally somebody died before the Super Bowl. I'm like, what is going to be the distraction, or 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 a hidden distraction, or before the Grammys, and we just had the Grammys and everything like that. And I my heart goes out to those who lost that 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 Nigerian brother, Baker, and his family, whoever that was in the crash. So we're gonna do a couple moments of silence. I'm gonna turn my music off on my channel right quick and be back in about 3 minutes. All right. So shout out to everybody in Lions Den basketball community. This is over the podcast, and it's February 13th, 2024. I know some of y'all people is going to get, tomorrow's supposed to be so-called Valentine's Day. What real people know is this: is if you love your woman and you love your man, especially y'all women, love is every day of the year. How they treat you, it goes back and forth. We talking about real love here. You know, you got some people I used to know women. You didn't get them then for Valentine's Day. It's a cold night. And then it's not even a cold night. And then if you did give them something for Valentine's Day, and then you go back to the question like, did you give me something for Valentine's Day? No, I didn't get you nothing because Valentine's Day is about women. No, it's not. Love should be shown every day. How he or she treats you and yada yada yada. But anyway, we're gonna get on into it. There was only two games of college basketball last night. That was ranked. Kansas got their ass whipped last night by Texas Tech by 29, I think, something like that. Yeah, that they deserve it. I don't see no intensity. I don't see no um I don't see no sense of urgency from this team. The season, this is the last month of college basketball season, and they ain't sure. I know Kevin McCullough was out, but I just don't know about this team. I'm just gonna see how they look towards the end of the year. Now, as far as the women are concerned, USC did win the game against I think they played Arizona last night. And Juju Watkins, she recorded her ninth 30-point game in the season, which I think she's gonna be the freshman of the year. National Freshman Player of the Year, in my opinion. And I know everybody talk about Caitlin Clark and everything like that, which be, but Caitlin Clark played 4 years. You know what I mean? And then you got them South Carolina girls. Any one of them girls can make it. It's gonna be interesting how they're gonna put everybody on these teams, on first team, second team, all of these All Americans, because there's so much talent all the way around in college basketball and in women's basketball. The games for tonight goes on the game for tonight that is ranked as West Virginia play against TCU in the women's side. And let's go to the men. I know they had to have more scores. Have more games tonight than it was. Yes, they do. Marquette, they number 4. They play Butler. Syracuse hosts number 7 North Carolina. Number 10 Iowa State. They play Cincinnati. Michigan play Illinois. That's going to be on the Big Ten Network. Illinois is currently ranked 14. Dayton's currently ranked 16. They host the Queens. And we got Pittsburgh play number 21 Virginia. That's going to be on the ACC Network. Illinois State play against Larry Bird, alma mater Indiana State, who is 22-3 on the season, and they 13-1 in their conference. Georgetown, they'll play Creighton at Creighton FS1. Creighton 17. Baylor they host Oklahoma. Baylor's 12. Oklahoma's 25. UCF, they play BYU. BYU is currently 19. On the Peacock, you got Wisconsin play Ohio State. Wisconsin is 20. Kentucky is 22. They play Ole Miss. And one thing about, I know everybody consider Kentucky. Kentucky is one of the teams that could go deep, but you can score. They can score with the best of them, but can you stop anybody? That's one of my key issues I have with them is garden ball screens. That's been Kentucky's killer. That's one weakness is paying attention to detail, paying attention to scouting reports, things of that nature. But they do got a good team. I'm not even gonna lie, they do. But we're gonna see. Now Wisconsin, they was in the top 10 and then they dropped. I'm not worried. I'm just gonna see how these teams gonna look towards the end of the season to give a true assessment. But things I'm not worried about in college basketball on the men's side of it is number 1 and number 2 team been consistently in the country, the defending champions, UConn. And I'm not worried about Purdue, because Purdue is them. Yeah, they try to do something that the Virginia Cavaliers trying to do. Got beat by a 16 seed and then come back and win the national championship the next following year. As far as the ladies, South Carolina is South Carolina. I'm not counting out LSU. I'm not counting out the defending champions, the LSU Tigers, even though they are in the same conference as. Let me just go to the women's side right quick. Now hit the like, share, subscribe. If you want to donate to the podcast, it's already pinned in the chat room. Let me see the rankings right quick. Ohio State moved up. Stanford, Iowa, Texas, NC State. Any of these teams I can see winning it. Kansas State, Colorado, who's been in the top 10 pretty much all season long. Ever since they got them wins early in the season, and I like that Oregon State team. Virginia Tech is still Virginia Tech. It's going to be according to matchup. UConn going to be in the mix, of course. Notre Dame. And Utah has fell down a little bit this season. But at the end of the season, this is around the time, last month of the season, it's time for them to figure out what everybody's going to do. Are they going to be able to sustain it, seize the moment? Because you got some teams, they start off hot. You got some that slump in the middle of the season. The worst time to have a slump to me in college basketball is during the end of the season, during the last month of the season. Because you don't know what kind of team you're going to see. That's how I feel about Kansas right now. I don't know what team going to show up or not. Because they're not as deep as they normally be in the guard position. They don't have a bench like they used to do. So this is very unfamiliar territory for me watching Kansas, because even that Kansas team that lost to Kentucky with the year with when they had Anthony Davis, that team was still better than this one that I see. But I'm just gonna see how they're gonna end the season. Now I know Bill Self got kicked out last night for the first time ever at Kansas, so. Hey, but Texas Tech, man, bombs of a bag that. Them boys was bombing threes. They were just bombing. They just, not guarding the 3-point line. Every game I see Kansas lose over the years of teams shooting a lot of threes, making a lot of threes, Kansas ain't going to win. And that's what happened last night. Give credit to Texas Tech, because Texas Tech come ready to play. And they beat Kansas beat down. I watched the whole thing. But let's go to the lead though. But Kansas got to make it. I don't know what Bill Self going to do. Furphy going to be better next year. He just a freshman and everything like that. I know Timberlake he's been upsetting because he plays so much better when he played at Townsend than he actually showed right now. Nicholas Timberlake, but we're just gonna see how it is, because they didn't play without Kevin McCullough, who they leading scorer and their best defender. I don't know what Bill Self and them going to do, but they need to figure it out, because I don't like the effort that I'm seeing. I don't like them. They're not paying attention to detail, following the scouting report. I just ain't never seen teams just everybody just, to me, this year in the Big 12, everybody's getting a get back at Kansas, with deservedly so. Because Texas Tech did lost the last 6 or 7 until last night. So shout out to Texas Tech, man. I think the Big 12 is the best conference. I'm not saying that because Kansas is in there, but I've been saying that since I've been on YouTube. Big 12 is the best conference. It's hard to get a road win, and especially this year. This year, no later, man, it's hard. You're going to have to win games on the road. I still think Houston has a chance to win it all, though, as well. Because Houston is very deep. They're very deep, and they coach well. They defense travel. When you play defense, you always in the game. No matter how bad that you shooting, especially you ain't turning the ball over. That's another thing, turnovers. Kansas turn over the ball too much. This is all the games I see in Kansas lose this year. Turnovers and 3-point shooting. That and 3-point shooting. But salute to everybody. Let's get to the lead now. Yesterday's games goes. All right, let's see what yesterday's games are. You got Charlotte beat the Pacers 112-102. Philadelphia beat Cleveland 123-121. Chicago beat Atlanta 136-126. The San Antonio Spurs beat the Raptors 122-99. The Houston Rockets beat the New York Knicks 105-93. New Orleans Pelicans, they beat Memphis 96-87. Milwaukee beat the Denver Nuggets 112-95. You got the Dallas Mavericks. They beat Washington 112-104. And then you got the Golden State Warriors. They beat the Utah Jazz 129-107. And then the battle for number one seed in the West, the Minnesota beat the Clippers 121-100. Now let's go to the standings as of today. You still got the Celtics number one, 41-12. Cleveland is 35-17. Milwaukee Bucks is 3, 35-19. The New York Knicks is 33-21. I don't know when Julius Randle. I haven't heard anything from. I don't know how long he's going to be out and everything like that. But Philadelphia is 32-21. They hold the 5th seed. The Magic is holding the 6th seed right now at 29-24. Then 7-10, you got the Pacers 30-25. Miami Heat 28-25. The Bulls 26-28. The Atlanta Hawks is 24-30 at 10. And then you got the Brooklyn Nets at 11, 21-31. Then you got the Raptors 19-35. The Charlotte Hornets 12-41. The Washington Wizards 9-44. And the Pistons are 8-44. Now let's go to the West. Where you got Minnesota is 37-16. They are one game up on the Oklahoma City Thunder, who is 36-17. The LA Clippers are 35-17. The Nuggets is 36-18. New Orleans Pelicans are 32-22. Pelicans, that's the team I've been watching low key because I just want to see how the three of them gonna look together with Brandon Ingram and McCollum and Zion. So I'm just gonna see. I'm still judging them. I'm still watching them. I'm not judging them just yet. I always want to see how them three is together playing. So, because I know All-Star Weekend will be this weekend, right? Just the week of the All-Star game, right? If I ain't mistaken. Yeah, so it's just a shame now. I think the teams that deserve that they need to highlight the NBA. I know the NBA ain't never gonna get like that. They gonna never get to this or anything like that. But the NBA, y'all need to get back into promoting all these teams instead of doing these big markets. I know big markets sell, but even back in the day when I was growing up, I still knew from the bad teams in the NBA, every team had a system. Every team had a system. Every team had a different playing style. Now we in the league now that everybody want to be like Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. Everybody now it's a copycat league. But if they want to get some good grade of basketball, y'all need to bring back coaching. But then again, y'all got rid of all the coaches. Y'all got rid of the real coaches in the league. Y'all got rid of them. Y'all got rid of all the Rough Riders. You know what I'm saying? The guys that set the tone. Everybody had an enforcer. You only got one enforcer. Where in this era, only got one enforcer allegedly, and then compared to back then, 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s, every team had an enforcer. You wasn't gonna do everything that you can do. Now it's just one person against all these other people. I don't respect that. But then again, these men don't stand up for themselves, man. I guarantee you, if Draymond would have did that stuff back in the 80s or 90s, there's way more dudes built him, would have ate him up. Because every team had one. Every team had an enforcer. And I ain't knocking him. He get away with it, he get rid of it. But I don't see how all these men in the NBA let this man just sit there to do the stuff that he does. Y'all ain't gonna stand up for yourself as a man, so why should I have to stand up for y'all then? Hey, it is what it is. But Minnesota, I think Anthony Edwards should get some MVP considerations. I definitely think Shea Gilgeous-Alexander should get some. Of course, you got to put Jokic in there too because what he's doing with the Denver Nuggets. I say in the East, I have to say, of course, Jason Tatum. I have to put in Giannis in there. And I know people be like, "What about KD?" Okay, you want to put KD in them? That's fine too. Look, I don't do what everybody else does. Um, I just don't. They won't put Kawhi in there. That's fine too. You know. But that's how the MVP discussion it changes. Oh, it changes so much. The goalposts always move so much. Because I remember if you was number one and you had the best record and your team had the best record, especially you improve in wins and everything like that, you was normally a lot for be MVP. Now the goalposts change. You know what? I also find it very interesting though too that when LeBron won his MVPs with two other all stars on his team. And then that year when KD went to, they would say that KD didn't deserve to be MVP because he's playing with three other all stars on the team, which was Draymond allegedly. I don't see Draymond. I never saw Draymond as like that. Stephen Clay, yeah, but they didn't give it to Jay Reed. That's why I don't respect. But they didn't give it to Kevin Durant. That's all they were saying. Well, he's playing with all these MVPs. Y'all didn't say that with Jay Reed. When Jay Reed did it, y'all gave it to him back-to-back years. So what is it? So what is it? So what's the criteria this year for MVP? I was asking the question. What is the criteria? What goal? How many ways now y'all gonna move the goalposts? Because I definitely think Ant-Man and I definitely think Shea Gilgeous-Alexander should be one of the tops, in my opinion. And be, I don't know, he's out the window. Oh, and I think Jalen Brunson should be in the MVP conversation as well. Oh yes, sir, I do. I do believe he should be. Them players right there I mentioned should be in the conversation. That's just me. And the Mavs is doing great. Hey, I was wrong about the Mavs so far. And the Mavs are shockingly me this year because I didn't think they had enough size and everything like that. But the Mavs been doing their thing this year. Luka's Luka, but I still say Luka still holds. I mean, I, I would say never seen. I seen it with LeBron where they just sit there and just hold the ball, and then they call it high IQ. And Luka is a bad man, but is that going to translate to wins though? I ain't worried about Kyrie. So when Kyrie's on the court, he's going to do he's going to do what he's going to do. I know a lot of people were shocked when he caught that alley oop dunk that he caught last week. But hey, Dallas, and like I said, when the playoffs comes, that's when all of a sudden the rules going to change. And I forgot they got the playing tournament. Whatever. When the playing tournament slash playoffs start, that's when you want to see old school basketball all of a sudden, right? That's when y'all gonna start seeing that. Then you're gonna see. And I noticed things too. Cause look at the way when Boston played Milwaukee that year, how they was able to get physical with Giannis and everything like that. I wish the rule would apply with everybody in the NBA. That'll get physical. That's what playoffs is. It ain't. It shouldn't just be held to just particular person in the league. I've been seeing that for a while, but I haven't said nothing about it till today. But I want to see everybody see they can really deal with physicality. Dallas right now is currently in is the A seed. They are 31-23 on the season, and the Warriors they won 7 of their last 3. Lakers 6-4, and they last 10 games. They are 28-26. And I say this about the Lakers. I keep it real about my team, though. I don't care what people don't like me or not. I don't even care. Because when I be telling the truth, y'all don't like it. I don't go with these narratives. If the Lakers don't get them free throw attempts, they ain't, and I be seeing times that they did shoot more free throws than that point, and they still lost. Come on, man. Let them boys earn their way to the thing, man. I don't care. Y'all can sit there and keep on holding on to AD and LeBron James to the wheels. Come on, dude. That's only one championship. That's only one chip. The Lakers ain't used to one championship. We used to going back to back. It's Magic. One back to back. 1-5. I'm just saying. Kobe and Shaq. 3. Then Kobe did his own thing with Gasol. Could have went with 3, but he went 2 out of 3 years. We used to back to backs. You know what I'm saying? And this thing that LeBron James say to Lakers, y'all just need to stop that. I'm so tired of seeing that. I'm tired of people. Don't be tagging me on that stuff, man. Cause y'all know how I feel and how I stand. I think his whole Laker tenure has been an ultimate failure. I don't care about no ring in 2020. I'm like, what you done for me lately? It's been 4 years since. I don't care how close the games was in the Western Conference Finals last year. They still lost. Loss is a loss. That's how I know about this era right here. They justify this era for you get more points now for losing than actually winning. Y'all praise losing in this era. Y'all really do. Oh, he has 60 points though, but he lost though. I don't care. Did he win or lose? That's why I can't take it. But I just don't understand it, man. I just don't get it with this era, man. I just don't. And the ones that is putting in work, you know what I'm saying? They don't even get nowhere near the credit nor notoriety like they do. Um, I think De'Aaron Fox is another one. Don't get enough credit like he deserved. Let me think of somebody else. Even Donovan Mitchell, Cavaliers, and now they got Darius Garland. Now they're the second seed now. Now they playing great basketball again. I don't know where he's going to end up going, and I really don't care. I'm just talking about right now. And the Pacers, I said they was going to take a step up this year, and look like they are. But I just I don't like that Pascal. I don't like the trade with for Pascal. You got rid of Brown. So I don't know. I just don't see how. I just don't see how it looks because I think is that gonna be like a rental, or they gonna think that they're gonna sit there and really think they could really possibly resign him. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, I already uh, yeah. So let me see something here. Let me see something. Let me see. I'm gonna check out the stat. Points per game. This is top 5. Luka Doncic, 34.3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 31.1. Giannis, 30.8. Donovan Mitchell, 28.3. And KD is averaging 28.3. Rebounds per game. Sabonis, Sacramento, 13.2. Rudy Gobert, 12.5. Jalen Duren, 12.2. Jokic 12.2, Anthony Davis 12.1. Assists per game, Halliburton 11.7, Trae Young 10.9, Luka Doncic 9.6, Nikola Jokic 9.0, and James Harden is averaging 8.4 assists. And going blocks per game, Victor Wembanyama 3.2, Walker Kessler 2.8, Brook Lopez 2.7, Chet Holmgren 2.6, Anthony Davis is 2.4. Steals per game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander 2.9, Donovan Mitchell 1.9, De'Aaron Fox 1.8, Kawhi Leonard 1.7, Matisse Thybulle 1.6, three-pointers made, Steph Curry 241, Luka Doncic 183 pointers made, Trae Young 165, Dante DiVincenzo 164, Bogdan Bogdanovic, he had 163 3-points percentage. Grayson Allen 49%, Aaron Nesmith 45.7, Kawhi Leonard 45.3, Jalen Williams 45.1, and Malik Beasley is 44.7. Fast break points per game. No surprise. Giannis 5.6, Jay Reed 5.4. Because he does a lot of cherry picking. I'm just keeping it real. He does. Anybody say he doesn't, I don't pay attention to. Donovan Mitchell 5. Devin Booker 4.2. Jaylen Brown 4.1. Second chance points per game. Clint Capella 4.4. Joel Embiid 4.4. Anthony Davis 4.3. Nikola Jokic 4.1. And then you got Big Gildress. Wait a minute. Rudy Gobert 4.0. Points in the paint. Giannis 20.5. Zion 17.1. AD 16.2. Jokic 16.2. And Shai Gilgeous 15.4. I like how NBA rookies. Let me see the guards. This is crazy, but okay, let's go to team stats here. Because this is why it's so hard for me to watch the NBA. Because who's the best defensive team in the NBA? Anybody answer me that? Who's the best defensive team in the NBA? Because all I see is everybody just scoring all these points. You really think they're going to be scoring all these points in the regular season like they do in the playoffs? Because only in the playoffs it's the only time where you see old school defense. Well, with certain players you do. Because only certain players, certain players, the referees let them get physical with. Well, you got somebody else, you can't touch them. It's always considered a foul, something. So it's going to be interesting moving forward. Who's going to be where? Who's going to do what? Who's going to be for real? Who's not going to be for real? I don't see. At the end of the day, the Nuggets still the defending champions, and somebody just got to knock them off. I don't see nothing moving forward. That's all I gotta say is I gotta give them their credit when credit is due, and I'm like that with every champion. Just like the Nuggets, just like the Warriors when they won it last year, when they won it the year before. I said they got to talk about somebody got to beat the Warriors. It's just like this year, somebody got to beat the Nuggets. Who's going to beat the Nuggets in the West? I don't know. I ain't even thought about it. There's some teams that could, maybe. I just gotta wait and see and all that. I really gotta see what's really gonna go on, what's really gonna happen. Um, It's just hard that it's just hard to give these teams their credit where you know you know ESPN, Fox, or whatever, all these other ones, they don't do their due diligence and everything like that, So that's another reason why I be trying to tell y'all. The reason why the NBA is so bad because that's on a part of their own merit. A lot of things factor into everything. Coaches, rough riders, got him out the league. Everybody else just got him out. Real coaches just got them all out. Just got them all out. Point guard, we don't need no more point guards. Take the point guards out the way. That's why a lot of these teams that can't execute when it's time to execute, especially in the playoffs. Because guess what? Because you got hybrids / shooting guards, combo guards, and then you took the big man out the game. Now the big man got to shoot threes. Now the big man can't beat. That's why I like watching college basketball is because you really see them throwing the ball to the big man down low. Let the big man get busy. you know. But I ain't gonna be on with y'all too much longer, man. I got stuff I gotta do anyway. I just came on and see anybody want to come chop it up. I dropped the link in, so you know what I'm from. It don't bother me. And I don't get into the drama. I don't get into um I don't get into society, what everybody be talking about, all that other stuff, man. I don't care about none of that stuff. Cause at the end of the day, them folks don't pay my bills. Them folks don't do nothing. I just look at people on TV as wolves and sheep clothing. I don't take these people seriously because I know what their number one agenda is to do. Okay, so y'all can continue on, and I'm not into all that back and forth, and I'm not with that messy stuff. I'm not with that. I'm not the one of gossiping kind of dudes though either. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't care what nobody does. Nobody. I mean, absolutely nobody. Cause it don't bother me, and it's gonna bother me. I don't get into all that. That's why I don't talk about a lot of stuff that's everybody else be talking about on YouTube. So what? I'm not gonna engage in it. I'm not gonna. That's one thing about the internet too, and I always said this too. The internet is a platform where you have people that can talk so much stuff to somebody doing good and well. You see them in their face, they ain't gonna say nothing. Or they probably will say something when they have a whole bunch of crowd around them or whatever. But they won't even say that to you if you even walk past them. Won't even have the same energy. I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody podcasters. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to hashtag nobody stuff on here. Man, it's just what it is. If I got to say something, I'm going to say something to it. A lot of stuff, I just let stuff go. Because no matter what, we the only race I know that choose sides. Every race choose sides. But right is right and wrong is wrong. But when you stand on something, people don't like that. You'll think more people would like stuff like that. But when you stand on something, you think this world was no. I remember there was a time they wanted people to be independent and do this and do this and do that. But at the same time, when you do this and you do that, they still don't like that, bro. So what y'all gonna do? So what it's gonna be? I don't know. I'll just be me. That's all I can be. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. Y'all just keep y'all heads up, man. I'm on a mission. I told y'all, man. That's why I don't be on here like I used to because I'm not here. I'm not on here for no money. I make my own money. I don't beg for nobody for that. I don't ask nobody for anything. to say my truth. And it's a shame I can't even go on other homies' podcasts around the Lions Den basketball community because you always got a couple people that always want to talk crazy slick to you. And you don't know them from a can of paint. I'm not falling for all that stuff anymore. That's why I stay in my own lane. Like, it ain't the brothers who I really trust, there's brothers I've been rocking with in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Be on platforms, they never had it out. They never went off at each other. Ain't never done anything like that. A disagreement is a disagreement at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? So it's cool though. It's very cool. I'm not worried about anything. I'm gonna continue to do what I gotta do. Um, I do got stuff I gotta do right now, so ain't nobody came in. I gave a little bit time, but when I'm gone, I'm out. And oh yeah, to y'all people though too, always telling me to drop the link. Y'all know good and well you not coming in here. Stop doing that stuff, man. That's why I ain't like dropping links now. It's just what it is. I gotta stop all that stuff. You feel me? But y'all ain't gonna do that. Y'all still say the same thing. Drop the link and I drop it. You don't even come in. No man. It's just what it is. That's why I like to fly solo. I love to be under the radar. I've been under the radar my whole entire life. I like it like that. I don't bother nobody. I try to show everybody the love, but showing love and support. You feel what I'm saying? But they don't get you nowhere. That's why I stay who I am. I'm staying content. Over here is different. Y'all can say whatever you want to say on these other platforms, but over here it's order and everything over here. I'm sorry. You ain't gonna sit here and just say whatever you want to say with the lies and the mess that y'all like to do. And don't bring that mess over here. If you bring that mess over here, yeah, we gonna handle it, talk about it the right way as a man. But shout out to the ladies though too that support us too. Support everybody in the Lions Den basketball community, man. Y'all already know. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here and everything like that. But hey, y'all be good. You know, hope y'all be blessed. And then again, prayers out to the brother that lost his life, him and his family, the Nigerian banker who just mysteriously died on his way to the Super Bowl. It's not even talked about in no platform whatsoever in America. I wonder why. Like, share, subscribe.